Okay, everyone, let's get going on example 11. So example 11, again, we have the quadratic term and the constant term, but we're missing the linear term, or the term that is x to the first power. So that is giving you the hint that you can solve this eventually by taking the square root of both sides, or you can just start solving for x. Okay, if you have that linear term, you cannot just solve for x. You're either going to have to factor or use some other method to solve for x, okay? So if you have the quadratic term, sorry guys, quadratic term and the constant term, okay, or if you just have the quadratic term, really that is also enough information to just solve for x, okay? It's that linear term that's going to get in the way. So if you ever have x to the first, you cannot solve for x. You have to factor or use a different technique, which I am going to teach you some other techniques later on, okay? All right, so let's get started. So I'm missing my linear term, which means I can solve for x, and eventually we're going to use the square root property, which means we're going to be taking a square root of both sides of our equation. Okay, let's start solving this thing for x. Okay, so first I need to move positive 54 to the other side, which the way that you move positive 54 over is by subtracting that thing on both sides, which 54 minus 54 will cancel and turn to 0. 0 minus 54 is negative 54. So I'm left with 2x squared equals negative 54. Okay, we're getting closer to solving for x, you guys, but currently this 2 is getting in the way. And this 2 is secretly multiplying to the x squared. So the way that you move the 2 to the other side is by dividing that thing on both sides. So 2 divided by 2 will cancel and turn to 1. Negative 54 divided by 2, again, I got to think about this. I think it's 27, yes. Okay, so x squared is negative 27. Okay, and again, we are still so close to solving for x, but the squared is in the way this time. How do we undo the square? What is the inverse of a square? It would be the square root. And we're going to square root that thing on both sides. And I'm going to bring it up here because I'm running out of space. Okay, so the square root and the square will cancel out. So I'm left with x equals now, whenever you square root both sides of an equation, what will always appear in your equation? Absolutely, a plus or minus will appear in your equation. Okay, so I'm left with plus or minus the square root of negative 27. Okay, which that is not a perfect square. So we need to think back to those square root simplifying properties that I taught you earlier to help, sorry, my throat, to help you simplify this down. Okay, so first of all, if you have a negative number inside of your square root, what will hop outside of the square root to transform that into a positive? Like normal, you guys are correct. Remember, an I should hop outside of your square root to transform that negative 27 into a positive 27. So an I will hop out. Okay, and now I just have the square root of 27. Okay? And the square root of 27 is not a perfect square, which means I have to do a factor tree. I need to break it on down. So let's break it on down, you guys. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to be 27. Well, that would be, 3 and 9. Man, I need to hydrate. Sorry, guys. Okay, I drank some water, so hopefully that won't keep happening. All right, and again, 9 will break down into 3 and 3. Okay, so let's see what happens. So I have x equals plus or minus I. Let's see what will stay inside the square root and what will go on the outside of the square root. So you guys spot any cute little couples at the ends of the branches that will get to go on their math date. Do you guys see anything? I see a pair of threes. Whoa. Okay, but you guys could pick these two threes, you could pick these two threes, or these two threes. It doesn't matter which ones you pick. I'm just going to pick these because they're right next to each other. Okay, so my pair of threes will hop outside my square root, which don't forget only one will hop outside the square root. All right, and then my lonely single number has to stay inside my square root. That lonely single 3 will stay inside. Okay, so for my final answer, you guys, I'm going to write x equals a positive. Now remember, we usually write the I after the number. It's not wrong to write I3. I'm just telling you, you will be judged by the mathematicians of the world. So I'm trying to prevent that from happening, you guys. So it'll be positive 3I root 3, or it could equal the negative version, so negative 3I root 3. And there we go. We have solved for x. Excellent.